Yeah, but that's because it's Zach, and he is just bad at everything he does. And I just clicked the go live button. Yay! Welcome back to another exciting thing with the name that I've forgotten at the moment. Wargaming whenever. It's apathetic and it's on the internet and it's Wargaming. There's me, Zach, and Cal tonight, as always, because apparently none of us have anything better to do at 8 o'clock on a Tuesday evening.
No, it's because we're professionals.
We are so professional, and look, nobody takes this more seriously than I do. Anyway,
they just made it worse.
You so did make it worse. Don't worry, we're just mocking Zach. It's fine. So look, let's just jump straight into the main topic since none of us have played any games since last week.
I haven't played any games since last November.
Look, let's talk about the games Zach has not played since November.
We theorize games.
They do theorize games a lot. It drives me mental.
No, I have played games.
Have you?
You've played games.
Ooh,
I haven't.
Okay, Cal, what games have you played, and are they interesting?
No.
Oh, okay, well, go away then.
So I've been testing out a lot of my cross-system charts.
Oh god, not this bullshit.
Oh, that's right, this stupid bullshit.
Oh no.
And it's kind of funny because you are obviously not the only guys that have I wouldn't say an issue with this, but just not enthused at all.
It's just so dumb.
So look, because I'm talking to Lockie from the Risky Rollers about going down to Melbourne to do a live stream, and he was saying, what kind of fuckery can we get up to? I was like, well, I'm glad you mentioned it. If you want
topic of fuckery,
but this is my wheelhouse. This is where I live.
Cal is nothing but fuckery. It's
and
just all
like I told him
into a little
instantly,
coconut shell.
And instantly, like the first reply back was, "That's a bit weird," and I was like, okay,
yes,
no,
that's what we
fine.
said.
But it is actually a lot of fun.
no, it's not.
Oh, it is.
It's really
debatable.
Darth Maul just absolutely flattened a Primaris chaplain.
No.
So that was fun. Deadpool is rather amazing and can take out a Zinch Demon Prince.
No, he can't.
No, he can't.
Oh, but he can.
No, but he can't.
And
no,
even
because Zinch just changes him into a freaking like nurgling just for lols.
And Darth Maul also made it through the new zombie run.
Well, yeah, it's easy to kill zombies.
Yeah.
But no, it's for people like me who like fun. It's been great.
So I have to ask, who did you actually find to play this against?
He didn't. He did it against himself.
Yeah, all solo stuff. I'm testing
Really?
to check out validity of the entire thing before I actually take it to real life people.
Look, that makes me feel less bad about playing Fallout Wasteland Warfare against myself. But
Yeah.
at least with that system, it has like cards that you can use, and you roll a dice to randomly generate what the other player does. So it's like AI, but on a tabletop.
Well, see, I set up a lot of mechanics to basically have like a built-in AI system. So with the whole zombie things, zombies move D6 inches for each unit. They automatically spawn, blah, blah, blah. But they always move towards the character. In whatever the direction the character is, they always move. So at least there is somewhat interaction. And if they are within charging range, they declare a charge. They roll as normal. If they make it, they make it. So there is at least a little bit of back and forth where I'm not just doing, oh, the zombies go that way and I'm running this way. We've won again.
Would you look at that? The zombies did the stupid thing. I can't believe it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
But,
see, AI is really easy when you're just fighting zombies, and all they're going to do is just move towards you and kill. Which is where the Fallout Wasteland Warfare system is brilliant, because it uses a dice that is not evenly distributed. And you have 3 different things, and depending on how injured the model is, will depend on what happens when you get those different results. It might move towards the objective. It might just move towards you. It might make a tactical retreat. It depends, and it's entirely random. So usually what happens
makes it really swingy.
what usually happens is they just walk around in circles doing nothing, and it's quite funny.
I was gonna say like, so it's not actually an AI. It's just randomly generated stupid shit, which will be stupid, and they'll do dumb things.
Yeah, but it gives
Like,
you the. It gives
I'm
you the-
winning. I'm winning this combat. Tactical retreat. Run away. Run away
Well,
from victory.
if you're winning, you're less likely to do the tactical retreat, though.
Yeah, but you don't get to decide.
You don't get to decide
No,
that.
no.
dice decides
The way
that.
it's set up is that if the AI is winning, it's less likely to do a tactical retreat.
Oh, okay. So there's different results depending on scenarios.
Yes.
Okay.
Right.
So there's like a table. That's cool because I did actually get asked the question because I asked a question on the YouTube community thing of what systems would you want to see in a cross-play kind of thing with 40K, and that did come up, and they were asked, do I play that system? I was like, no. But no, hearing that there's an AI kind of thing built in, it could be fun.
Sorry, crossplay between Wasteland Warfare and 40K.
Yes.
That could be fun.
Everyone dies except for whatever's from 40K. That's not even a question. They're
see,
dead.
Here's the thing. It's the toughness and strength values have been the hardest thing to kind of work out.
Yeah. Like
but-
skinks are not going to wound anything because they're fucking tiny ass lizards against dudes wearing tank armor.
No way, because if a skink can wound a gash on 5, he can
Which is
wound
why
a
Age of
space
Sigmar
marine.
is a dumb system because a skink cannot fucking wound a god.
I
Well,
mean,
see,
to be
that-
fair though, a grot can wound a god.
See, that does
Yes,
bring
but
up a
that
fairly
also
valid
was
question.
not the case. There was, remember the days were when you just like, oh, look at that, I just can't hurt you.
So that does bring
This
up
is
a
true.
question
Good
that
times.
has come up lately with all of this is the 40K system that we play with all the different stupid bits and pieces that are in it. It's not, obviously it's a game. It's not realistic. Like there's certain things that just, like I can run a Guardian, for example, into a Land Raider. There's still wounds on a 6, even though he's only butting it with a gun.
See, that's the problem with a D6 based system. There's not enough variance.
Yeah, but like
No,
it doesn't really matter what kind of, you could roll a D20 and it only wounds on a 20, but it's the same
Still,
thing. I don't
it
think
shouldn't
yeah.
wound it at all.
yeah, like it shouldn't be.
I mean, like how
possible.
it used to be.
If you like it should almost be, if it's over twice the toughness to the strength, you just can't wound it.
I feel like, yeah, I don't know. But then the same thing is like, they need to bring back instant death. Because
I'd be a fan.
Because look, this robot didn't die when he got cut in half by a demonic scythe the size of a space marine.
What's this about General Grievous?
Look, General Grievous would die just from looking at a space marine. Let's be honest.
Pretty much.
General Grievous has 2 profiles. One is pre-wounded and after wounded.
What you mean when he was before he was a cyborg, when he was a meat bag?
And he was super killy.
Look, the whole idea is dumb, and
A lot of people are agreeing with you.
I don't feel for it.
He just,
See, it's been a really strange thing because I've come up with the vast majority so far have
Maybe
not been
if you-
fans.
maybe if you did change the system a bit, like maybe if you did make it a D8 or a D10 system,
See,
that
but
would
I
make
think
a
that
bit
would be
more
even.
sense.
I think
It-
that make take it even further away from 40K, and that seems to be everybody's issue. It's not that
Oh, yeah,
we're
God forbid
crossing
change
systems.
40K.
Oh yeah, it's the whole canon thing. Like Wolverine should not be going up against fucking these kind of things. Or
Well, then
whatever,
I
but-
wonder how they would feel about me playing Warhammer 40K stuff in Magic.
But see, that's fine because they're granted now. Like there's
Oh,
Like,
like,
they've been
it's
brought into Magic.
because it's
it's
an
not
official.
official.
It's an official, but because it's you doing it, which makes total
Oh.
sense because you're a bit of a dickhead.
Which is the same argument for like a lot of factions that did exist pre-law, but they won't take, say, Road Trader stuff anywhere near kind of canon, like talking about half elder space marines.
That never happened. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, just like a whopping 83% as
No,
far
never
as
happened.
what my stuff is coming of the
did not
population.
happen. Nope. We're not. No. That never happened. You're full of shit.
So, female space marines.
Oh god, not female space marines again.
No, it's okay. We won't follow down that line.
Have they gone and done another raid on your channel, like just disliking everything?
No, because
Which actually reminds
surprisingly
you,
enough,
make sure you like and subscribe. Unless you don't like it, in which case you should downvote it and then subscribe
Yes.
anyway, and come back and downvote next week.
Correct.
yeah,
We
do
have to
it
bully
because
him as much as humanly possible.
Yep.
And
Because
then
what
maybe
people
he'll
don't
stop
realise-
doing these things.
do it. Honestly, go for it. Because what people don't realize is engagement is engagement.
Shush, Cal, you're saying the quiet bit out loud.
No, I want to say the quiet bit out loud because some of these people will now think twice about doing these kind of
I
things.
don't want them to think
No,
twice
they
about it though.
And-
And no, they won't. They're idiots.
Well, there you go. It's not going to matter.
Hold the
It's not
gate,
coming.
brothers.
Oh, fucking gay.
It's like, buddy,
So
you
dumb.
would not be holding any gate. You would be fucking dead in an underhive.
Yeah.
See, the funniest part
You, my friend, would be corpse starch.
at best.
Soil and
Well,
grain
no,
as people.
here's the thing. If you want to go by pure law and people that want to start identifying themselves as space marines and Imperium and all this kind of shit,
They're all lamenters.
if you were a standard Terran in the 40k universe,
You're
you would have
fucked.
absolutely fucking nothing to do with the Imperium or
Anything.
Space Marines. You would be lucky to see an Imperial Guard once.
You'd be lucky to see the sun.
No, you'd be
Yeah.
unlucky to see an Imperial Guard once, because that means things have gone to absolute shit.
Yeah, this is also
but
true.
so, that is true. But like you would have absolutely no connection.
And if you
to
see a space
any
marine,
of the
then things
universe.
are proper fucked.
Yeah, things
Yeah.
have gone to the worst possible level, especially if they're shiny and silver.
Yeah. And
And
to all
it-
the people that want like because I put up the whole 40k who would save you thing, all the people that would like one eye to save you, you've got to think, why is one eye saving you? Like, you are just biomass. What is he saving you for? Dessert?
Yeah, what?
Pretty
what?
much.
Why would he be? What?
Look,
What?
no, the best possible
Yeah.
outcome for you if you're just a random person in 40k is that Trazyn collects you. That is the
Yeah, pretty
best
much.
possible
That is
outcome.
the best outcome. Is that for some reason you're interesting enough for him to put it in?
You get a dream.
stasis
That's
field
it.
somewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's hands down best possible outcome.
The other thing I want to discuss is Horus Heresy.
Horus
this-
Heresy,
yeah.
good. It has templates.
No, not the gameplay.
No,
Well, kind of the gameplay, but
Oh, yeah.
with the Horus Heresy stuff, a lot
See?
of the arguments is, obviously it's just about the heresy. So things aren't there. That's the thing. It's not just about the heresy. And if you're going to start doing it, there should be Elder, there should be Orcs, there should be a lot
There should
of
there
other
should be
factions.
There should be some rules for Eldar and Orcs.
Yeah.
For sure.
And Necron, like these things outdate
Necrons, yeah,
Space
Necrons you
Marines
could
by
do as well.
quite a lot.
And well, I mean, there's definitely instances, and like,
And obviously Chaos Demons.
oh yeah, obviously. Well, they
Obviously.
kind of are. But this is complicated. They
Yeah.
brought them out the whole Demons of the Ruin Storm thing. It was
Yeah.
kind of shit. It was cool, but not
Because
like,
it was an add-on. It wasn't thought
yeah,
out. It was just slapped in.
It wasn't
It's
demons
Primaris.
demons as such. It's a really interesting stuff though. Like, oh man, you take Nurgle demon, like the Nurgle ones. Actually no, that's right. There was no gods. They're all the same. Everything's the fucking same. There's just like so there's no. Which you think about it, it's like okay, cool. But they don't know what the demons are, so we don't need to go into detail with the rules. But that's not how it works because the demons know what the demons are.
demons definitely know what the demons are.
So you could
Also, the
everything
demons are
has the same
just
stat line.
Xenos. That's a true fact.
It is true. The demons are just Xenos.
They're just Xenos.
Just warp Xenos. Nothing.
They're just like Eldar. They're just like Nids. They're just like Orcs. They're especially just like Tau. Wow, I think someone just got 10 billion people to downvote us for saying demons are just like Tau.
Well, that's the other thing. Like the gatekeeper groups so anti-female in every regard. But first one's to post a meme about sending Imperial Guard over to Tower Girls.
Acceptable.
Is
Yeah,
Very
no, because
acceptable.
they're allowed to sexualize women, but anytime women do anything else, it's
This is
bad.
true.
Everyone knows
Yeah. Didn't you know that, Cal?
that.
I'm finding out. There's some fucking gross parts of this hobby. I
If
think that's why
you-
I've been looking at a lot of other systems lately.
This is why I just don't go to those parts of the internet.
Unfortunately, there's gross parts of every hobby.
Oh, yeah,
because
yeah.
the internet exists
The
and
internet does
people are
exist.
terrible, and these people have no identity except for, you know, their grossness and
Yes.
their hobbies.
Yes.
Which
and-
they've managed to mold into one.
Correct.
Which means you can't criticize that the hobby might not be absolute perfect without making a personal attack on them.
Exactly. Because apparently the woke will ruin the hobby for everyone.
Yes, the famously, they're making it political because the famously not non-political Warhammer 40,000.
Oh, look, it's nearly as bad as I think I was telling you about Zach. Remember when I was telling you about the maybe it was you telling me. One of us told the other about one of the Fallout fan groups on Facebook.
Oh yeah.
And how they did this lengthy, long thing about how all the mods are right wingers and you can't post any woke shit on here. And it's like, imagine being a right winger that likes Fallout.
Yeah, and you're kind of missing the entire. But hey, man,
like it's an entire
that
franchise about how bad the excesses of consumerism are, and how bad the excesses of imperialism are,
Yep.
and how bad the excesses of constantly being at war are.
And the dangers of oh god, I forget the words. Why are words hard?
I mean, there are various theories around how the Great War in Fallout started. One of them being Vault-Tec started it because capitalism.
Because they're like, hey, we can make a lot of money from this. Yeah. But no, the game is actually about how the communists started the war, don't you know? Because communism is the bad.
Look, in all seriousness, I'm pretty sure that they've left how the war started vague intentionally.
Yeah.
The war probably started after GW introduced a female Primarch.
Yeah, that's one of the two unaccounted for Primarchs. They're both female, obviously.
Yeah.
Actually, can you imagine how pissed the gatekeepers would be if GW came out and did that?
I kind of want them to do that just because it would be funny.
Yeah.
The worst part of it is all of those people that would whinge and bitch about it would still fucking buy the models.
Of course they would. That's because 100%, because they've got no fucking spine.
These are the same people like, oh, we're going to boycott Primaris. Then the rules come out. Oh, I'm only going to play Primaris.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, anyway, here is my entire army of Plasma Inceptors.
Yeah.
Ugh, fucking Plasma. Fucking hell.
Oh,
I hate Hell Blasters.
They're going to suck so much now that they're without. It's going to be hard. It's going to be rough.
I think about just about every major 40k channel has commented on how strong they're going to be.
They're going to be rough.
It's going to be a big deal. That's going to be.
But I have Obsec again, so I don't care.
Yeah, look, you've been looking forward to getting Obsec back.
And not only that, they finally undid that pointless fucking restriction on all my fucking stratagems. I got Obsec back, and I can use my stratagems more than once.
And tune in for next week when they release a FAQ/errata that takes it away from Custodes again.
I would be surprised. They'd be like, okay, again, like it's like I say every week. It's like, okay, bikes are doing too well. We better nerf the infantry.
Yes, it makes sense.
Again.
Turns out it was a mistake, and they get James Workshop out of pulling him out of the cupboard for another apology video.
They only just put him back into cryo sleep as well.
It's like that scene in Austin Powers when he's just first woken up. He's just constantly peeing, and they gotta pull him out of the break room.
Look. Anyway, moving on to our main.
What's actually on topic for tonight?
Yes, let's move on to topic for tonight. Which is why the Warhammer app really sucks.
Because it's produced by GW.
Look, there's that.
Yes.
But also-
literally it's why I don't understand why though. Like why?
I
Why?
don't get it either. I mean,
Why?
they had the rules update at least before they released it. I hope that they had it. I hope it wasn't just a case of, oh shit, we got to drop the points update tomorrow. Better write some points updates.
Yeah, but on brand, they probably hadn't read them yet.
True.
Got
So
the rules.
as any stout Warhammer players will have noticed, Battle Scribe is updated with the new points from last weekend. You know what's not updated? Games Workshop's own app where the points are, which is hilarious to me and sad at the same time.
It's just why is it so hard?
I mean, seriously, couldn't they have just gone like put them in there, and then when they released it, just press the button to be like, go to this, reference this table instead.
You'd think so. And look, we're Australian, so we're used to waiting for releases for things to be brought over on ships and such. But
this is
come
true.
on, like the entire world to be this far behind. Like every channel has spoken about these updates. Everybody knows them now, and you still don't have them on your own site.
Fucking
to have it all
which
ready to go on the same day
after it was
at the
released,
same time.
Have already gotten it out.
You could launch it all. You can make it live on the app and on Warcom at the same fucking time.
You could do it at the same. Why?
Yeah, and I can 100% guarantee
so
that if you gave the volunteers from fucking Battle Scribe the FAQs and books and everything like that a week in advance, even they would have it out on day.
Yes.
Yeah. They wait for the article to drop and bang.
Look, even if you gave it to them like 4 days beforehand, they could probably still pull it off.
They would, yeah, 100%.
I mean, to go through and because actually, I'll pull it up. How many pages? It was like 12 pages or something, wasn't it?
Between the two, or
no, just for the points updates, because that's the real bit that's important. So
I have a thing to bring up actually.
We go downloads. We go Warhammer. We go Minotaur and Field Manual. It is okay. It's more than 12 pages. It's 51 pages.
Yeah, but still, like, these things aren't going to be manually typed out. Let's be honest. If they could send them over in some kind of Excel or a spreadsheet, they'd just be copy paste and released to live.
Yeah, and the thing is, if you set it up, I don't know. This is like like if it's just a just a database, you have the old database, you copy the new thing over to the new database and edit it, and then as you said, Jono, it now references this.
Yes, but even if, like, hypothetically, you did have to have someone manually copy each of these numbers into a new cell, you'd get through. It'll take you what, 5 minutes a page to do. So you're looking at like 4 hours work.
And if intern paralegals can do it for real world application, I'm sure somebody at Games Workshop would have been able to do it.
Yeah, and I mean, on top of that, someone had to put, or someone or something, it could have been a robot that did it, had to go and put these on this sheet to start with.
Yeah.
I mean, how hard is it when you put the number onto the sheet, also put it into the database for your app? If someone out there is watching that knows more about programming apps than I do, and there's something I'm massively overlooking, call me a dickhead in the comments and tell me why.
It's just stupid. Yes, Zachary.
Here's a thing.
Uh-oh.
Which I've seen many comments about, and a lot of people not understanding how rules work. Shocking, I know.
Oh, wow.
At this current juncture, you cannot bring Abaddon in an Arcs of Omen detachment unless it is Black Legion.
Or the Silent King.
Or the Silent King unless it is Caesarican.
Yep.
Look, I have not looked into this because, to be honest, I have very little interest in running either of those models.
Written, the Agent of Chaos keyword just means that their Legion thing doesn't break it when they're in an allied detachment.
Yes.
And the army level, but the detachment level still requires everything to be the same faction, faction keyword.
Yep.
and you can't change their faction keyword.
Was that a unique thing that they changed in the wording for Arcs of Omen, or has that always been like that? And
Nope,
everyone's just
that's
been
always
cheating?
been like that.
So everyone's just always been cheating.
No.
No.
Because
it's because we've got different
you could take them
and stuff now.
into detachment. You would always take them into Supreme
Oh,
Command
right.
detachment.
Yep, that makes sense.
And they've got the and so for example,
So
Abaddon had
besides
the Age of
King,
Chaos keyword.
it would
So
be,
you'd have an Iron Warriors with an allied Supreme Command detachment of Abaddon as a Black Legion detachment.
Yeah,
and it didn't break the rules. It's all one detachment now. You can't have two different legions in the same detachment. You can't have two different dynasties in the same detachment.
Yeah.
They also
and
nerfed
people
the
are going,
Obsec
You can
Dynasty.
still pay for the second detachment.
That's true. You just don't get it for free.
Yeah, which is the bummer, which is the whole thing that they were trying to work around.
And then it's like, oh, well, you put it in the demons detachment. It's like, no, you can't fucking do that. And like, oh, but he has all the god keywords. Like, he doesn't have Legiones Demonica though, so you can't fucking do it.
Look at that. It's the
Because
same exact fucking problem as why he can't go in the Space Marines list.
Exactly. But that's, again, people don't know how rules work. And
Look,
I've seen so many people being like, and it's like, no, you're wrong.
Look, on the topic of this, and let's see how quickly Zach can explode at this, but I'm making a custom dynasty.
Someone's already tried that. That came up in one of these things,
Really?
and everyone called him a fucking dumbass.
Yeah, I've seen that a couple of times.
See, it was funny because I posted
from
that.
Jonathan.
Look, yeah, but I posted it on April Fool's Day, and so many people got so pissed off, and then it must have like ticked over midnight in the US or something, and people just started look at the date.
It's one of those things. It's just like, for some reason that always comes up at the same time as the resurfacing of knights going to wave serpents.
Yeah, everyone's like, oh, but it doesn't say. It's like, yes, it fucking does.
Yeah,
it does. It's like, yeah, but it doesn't say infantry again after wraith constructs. Like, no, it just says that this thing can take infantry, and then if those infantry are wraith constructs, yeah. It doesn't say you can't.
Yeah, I was about to say, I'm pretty sure that it specifically says it can only take infantry.
It's yeah.
When there's a full stop after infantry, that means everything in there's got to be infantry.
Correct.
Yes, that's how English works.
I can't comment on that.
You don't
this
read.
Is true.
It's
I mean,
fine.
you don't read past that anyway.
Yet Parabellum Games is sending me their book of law.
This is a terrible decision, really. I'm surprised. I don't know if you can read.
That's actually not a bad point. We actually just got someone who called me an idiot in the chat. They didn't really, but they did say that it's possible that the GW app delay issue is related to various issues with new restrictions that could have just caused several conflicts in the app that they can't solve in a tidy time frame.
I would believe that if it hadn't happened every single fucking time we got an update.
That's a valid point.
I would be willing to give them the benefit of the doubt. I hate myself for doing it, but I always give GW the benefit of the doubt, just like I am now for Wizards of the Coast with that stupid fucking copyright intellectual properties agreement. I give them the benefit of the doubt if there wasn't a track history of them just continually missing it.
They can't run the app properly. Yeah. The app doesn't work. It's never worked. It's always been a piece of shit.
Every time they have a digital platform, something goes horribly, horribly wrong.
Except with Warhammer Plus, which is flawless in every way, obviously.
It's fantastic if people weren't paying for it.
Look, I actually think it's pretty good.
It's not. The thing's fine. It's just nothing on their value, basically.
Yeah,
I'm looking forward to watching Pariah next. That looks really good.
If that were a YouTube channel, it'd be fan-fucking-tastic. If all of that was free content or members, like stuff goes into members-only content, that would be absolutely brilliant.
Would get.
What if it was a Patreon where you paid $8 a month?
I think they would.
That's the same price, Callum.
It doesn't matter though.
We're not saying that the price is not the issue. It's the fact that the issue is, and you can see it in the same way that all these fucking everyone's doing like, with all the online streaming.
Yeah.
The issue is that people don't like inconvenience.
Mhm.
Having to go to a completely separate website to the everything fucking else you watch, people don't want to do. It's the reason why Netflix is falling off,
Mhm.
and Amazon and Disney are getting up, because Disney owns everything.
Disney does own everything. It owns
Put it
Ubisoft.
this way.
Amazon,
WWE's own streaming service fell on its face. They had the content. They have like 40 plus years of content. And
they have the
they
fans.
put a lot up there. They have the fan base. It still did not fly. So much that they've cancelled it, they've sold it off, and now they've gone back to selling off the rights to other streaming services.
And then what Amazon's done, which is similar,
Bought up everything
to-
and then jacked the prices up.
No,
Sorry, I'm giving away the game plan.
So with Prime, you wouldn't know, Jono, because you don't watch anything on it.
I will
No,
not give Jeff
not
Bezos
yet.
Jono,
any more
you
money.
you use things that exist on the internet, which means that you fund Jeff Bezos.
Yeah.
Period.
Fuck.
Because pretty
He's
much they own
right.
pretty much all the
Everything,
servers.
everything uses AWS.
Anyway, as I was saying,
It's like
so
boycott
what they've
China,
done is,
posted from iPhone.
it's similar to
Look.
it is admittedly similar to, like, old school cable, but
Yeah.
they've made deals with other companies, Paramount, MGM, stuff like that. Whereas you pay your Amazon Prime extra $2 a month, you get Paramount Plus, you get Shudder, you get MGM.
Look, there's too many streaming services.
And honestly, that's the reason.
The thing is, though, you're not. Yeah, what you're gonna see is, like, it is gonna consolidate again. It's already consolidating in Disney Plus and Amazon Prime, because Netflix had the lead, and then.
Well, see, the other thing to add on to your point is the consolidation externally has already happened. That's what we've seen with Google TV, like the whole streaming to your TV thing. So Google TV,
Oh yeah, like the
biggest thing
Chromecast thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but Google
Stuff like
TV actually signs into all of your streaming accounts.
Yeah, I know,
And
it's
then
pretty great.
And then you just flick through everything. It doesn't matter where it's from. And that's why we've seen the success of Google TV. It's done so fucking well because you literally don't have to do anything. Like, I go, like, if I'm watching a show on Netflix, my wife might be watching something on Stan. We're flicking back and forth. That is a pain in the ass. But on our Google TV stuff, it's just we scroll down. Yep, continue watching.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
I use it as well. It's pretty good. I
Um,
mean, granted, it's mostly flooded with stuff for the kids, but
Yeah.
I don't use it because I don't have a smart TV.
For $70, any TV could become a smart TV.
this is true. Your computer monitor could become a smart TV, Zachary.
Yeah, no, we're not doing that. I will get a new TV eventually, and then I will be fancy. But yeah, the only exception I really have for changing websites, like jumping between fucking like Stan and Netflix, and well, not Netflix, I don't pay for Netflix because meh. But that's not too bad on a television, be it through like a device or the smart TV. But yeah, I watch YouTube. But there are certain, like, I will watch things on Tabletop Tactics website.
Yeah.
I will watch things on, and I do subscribe to them. Same as Mini Wargaming, because I want to support them. But still, for the most, I watch things on YouTube.
Same.
Yeah, especially when, like, we come down to very, very niche interests where we are looking for something very specific. Like me with painting videos, for example. Shit.
This is very true. YouTube has a lot of great resources.
It does.
Oh, yeah.
And despite its problems, it is still pretty decent.
Yeah.
Well, look, I mean, of all the social media platforms, at least it's not Twitter.
Twitter. Anyway, we should abandon Warhammer
Look,
And by Warhammer, I mean
I'm-
40k, and we
I'm
should
like
go
3
and
steps
play
ahead of you.
Horus Heresy
exclusively Heresy.
and Warhammer Fantasy Battle.
Ugh.
Or
See, that's something that
alternatively, we could all go play squats, and then everything would be perfectly balanced.
see,
I mean, no.
that brings up a pretty good question, because there is a lot of people that still play Warhammer Fantasy Battles,
Correct.
and they will use it's fan made extensions.
Well, WAP stuff like that.
Yeah. Why? And this is a question I ask
Because it's not
myself.
supported anymore, for one thing.
Yeah, I get that, but
Also,
people are
because it
so
keeps to the spirit
willing.
of the game and doesn't go, all right, we're going to... Today, we have the Confederacy of Independent Systems versus dwarfs.
Custer's last stand
Obviously,
against
dwarfs.
B1 battle drones.
Obviously, dwarfs win.
Yeah, obviously dwarf win, because the CS get the grudging.
Look, Cal, here's a challenge for you. I want you to take the old school Battlefleet Gothic Armada rules,
Yes.
and I want you to meld that with
Star Wars Armada.
Yeah, Star Wars Armada.
That's a lot easier than you think. Actually,
Either
Nordica
X-wing.
is,
Meld it with X-wing.
yeah, that's they're not overly.
The scales are
similar.
completely different, so it's not going to work.
Scales
No,
are
it's not.
fine. That doesn't matter.
Cool, the X-Wings lose because you brought a Gloriana.
In saying that,
You brought a Can class tomb ship. Everything dies.
no bullshit. Because if you're
Look,
putting Luke in that X-wing, look what he did with a single shot. To
Yeah,
that
but you see,
fucking Death
Can
Star.
class cruisers don't have exhaust ports to shoot a proton torpedo
Yeah, exactly.
down.
They have living metal and chaos weaponry.
And freaking lightning arc projectors.
No, R2 will come up with something.
It's that whole thing that it always, whenever our chat devolves into one of our bickerings, the whole thing's like, it's the scale. The simple fact is the scale of 40k in terms of how big things are and how ridiculous things are is only matched and exceeded by anime and comic books.
Yes.
Yeah, but a lot of people are not willing to give in that comic book characters are fucking OP.
Of course they are.
And would just slap down a lot of fucking like.
Yeah, but Primarchs are also pretty
What's
OP.
that dude that bloody Reese was calling about the day? Legion? It's like, oh yeah, he just remakes reality. It's like, okay, so how do you beat that?
Yeah. How does the Emperor go against fucking Dr. Manhattan?
No, how does the Emperor go against
it's
One
like,
Punch
I
Man?
am the most I am a petrol and most powerful psychic human in history. You don't exist anymore.
Yeah. In fact, nothing exists.
Yeah, I just unmade reality.
In fact, this crossover is over.
There's a crossover over.
Crossover over.
Roger,
but that's the thing is that I think that's why I don't really care for comics and stuff like that. And why I don't care for a lot of anime, because like the constant one-upping, it's just like it's like, we're gonna have a big bad, so it's gonna get more ridiculous. Whereas, like, admittedly, there is a fair bit of shit lore in 40k.
I was going to say this is a dangerous kind of sentence for you.
Look,
they don't always go for the one-up. Sometimes they'll fuck something up.
You always have to one
will lose strength rather than this bad guy increasing in strength, sort of thing.
You always have to one up yourself, right up to the point where you bring Palpatine back.
Look, Palpatine coming back is perfectly
funny
fine.
Story. Zach, see if you can guess who thinks that The Rise of Skywalker is actually a really good movie.
Someone that deserves a fucking bullet.
You want to take a guess at the name?
No. Is it you?
No, I think it was fine, I guess.
No, Cal.
No, it was not me.
It's not Cal.
Fuck. It's not a good movie.
It's
a bad movie.
The person rhymes with Ren Rapiro.
Of course he. Wait, really?
Yes.
But woman do thing.
It starts with B and rhymes with
but you see, because
Shapiro.
she's Palpatine's granddaughter, it makes perfect sense. And that was a great reveal. That's a quote.
Look,
Yeah.
here's the thing. That movie was bad.
See, this is
Look, I'm
why
not sure
I
I'd say
like
it was
That
bad.
movie,
fan-
okay, you know what that movie? Okay, this is
It was fine.
this is a no. It's no. It is a bad movie. I
haven't
went back
watched it
and
in
watched,
ages.
I tried to watch it again. It's a bad movie. And it's just not good. So this is what it reminds me of, and this is a fucking niche thing that you might know, Jono. Cal, I suspect, is the more likely to know. The second Atlantis movie.
Oh, for fuck's
Fuck.
sake. Jesus.
Man, you
That's what
really
it
pulled
feels
that
like.
one out of a hat.
That's what it feels like.
No, you've
It feels
nailed
like
it.
a movie made up of 3 episodes of a cancelled TV show
Yes.
stitched together.
Yeah.
Look, you know what?
The pacing is fucked. The story goes nowhere half the time.
Yeah.
Things just
It's the equivalent of fucking Serenity supposing to be like the finish up of Firefly.
and Serenity is a good movie,
Yeah, but
but
that
it's
the
not a
answer we
good.
wanted?
It's not the good ending to the thing.
No.
Look, Zach, you know what the worst part of The Rise of Skywalker was?
Everything.
It wasn't the, fleet of
Somehow
just
Palpatine
random.
returned.
It wasn't that. It wasn't even
It wasn't the fucking knife that magically lines up.
No,
The
it
ancient
wasn't that.
weapon that magically lines up
No,
to a
there was-
destroyed fucking space station
there
they
was
didn't
one
know was going
sin
to break.
that was far worse than that.
The Chewbacca being
worse
killed,
than
but
that.
not, but instantly revealed to
Worse than
be
that.
not killed.
Worse than that. It was the fact that the Death Star went up in a fireball and was like a nuclear fucking fireball. And
See,
somehow Palpatine's throne room survived relatively intact.
Here's the thing, though. You're wrong, because pretty much every single bit of content released after Return of the Jedi, including both the current stuff and the extended universe stuff, has dealt with wreckage from the Death Star
Yes,
and the Battle of Endor.
that is true.
Yeah, but it's not going to be
Regularly.
intact to that point.
You
Yeah,
don't
quite
know
freaking.
that.
Nuclear
but no, it's
fire,
not.
nuclear
There's
fireball.
no way that tiny little fucking tower survived.
Yeah, no,
There
that thing is
is
getting
no
pulverized.
But see, here's the thing, and this is why I really like fan made content, because in my Star Wars universe, 6, 7, 8, 7, 8, 9 doesn't fucking exist.
I'm just waiting
Look,
for them
the
to put
fact of the
time
matter
travel
is-
in and retcon it that way. Just do a
The
soft
fact of the
retcon.
matter, yeah, look, the people, the only
We're still getting over
person-
the retcon of who shot first, let alone the
Oh,
last 3
yeah.
movies.
Han shot first.
No one shot first. Han shot. Greedo never shot because he was fucking dead.
that's true. And like
Nervous system tick.
everything about it, like the weird, awkward. We're gonna edit Harrison Ford's head so it slides like 3 inches to the left
No,
and
that
then
was
back
fine.
again.
That was fine.
Look,
Yeah,
George,
we only had like $3 billion to make this movie, and this is what we came out with.
George made some weird decisions with those edits. Like
Really?
there were some bizarre choices, like replacing the door to Jabba's palace with a CGI one. Why?
Yeah,
There was no need to do that. It was
Doors
just
for
literally
doors.
pointless.
Yeah, but CGI is cool.
But it looked worse.
It's fine. But CGI
No.
is cool, Zachary.
I still think the worst thing that was ever added into it was fucking Jar Jar.
Jar Jar is
Jar-
not actually the worst thing added into it.
Did we really need comic relief in those movies though?
No, we didn't.
And did Jar Jar actually provide comic
If you're
relief?
a fucking 7-year-old, yes. Can
Which is fun,
confirm.
because
I
when the
thought
first,
Jar Jar was hilarious
when
when
the
I
first
was
one
7
came out,
in 1999.
yes, in
And- and
1999 it was
Menace came
hilarious.
out.
And here's the thing: the people that were actually excited to go and see these movies were in their fucking 40s.
Which is fantastic.
I do remember the Lego sets that came out with Episode 1, though. They were amazing.
Oh mate, there was some cool shit.
Yeah, but
And look,
Lego
the
is
prequels
always
are not
amazing.
terrible. The prequels are good movies.
Yeah.
I will die on that hill. They're good movies.
Look, they're fine.
They're good movies.
Sand,
Yeah.
sand,
They're good.
Zachary, sand.
I think.
Oh yeah,
honestly,
no. Some of the dialogue is just fucking atrocious,
Sand.
and a lot of the performances in that second movie are bad. But at the same time, if you think about it, he nailed the performance of an awkward fucking teenage dude.
Yeah.
He nailed that. But anyway, the
You're
point
not
is,
wrong.
Kyle Katarn
I
doesn't
think when you
exist,
don't have
and that
to act,
is a
it comes out a
travesty.
lot better.
Look, I'm just going to put this out there, but Order 66, as presented in the first episode of The Bad Batch, had so much more emotional impact than the entire Order 66 scene in the third movie.
Yes, but then they ruined it.
If you want emotional impact, you
But
go
then
and
they-
watch Fresh Prince of Bel-Air when he's asking why his dad
Yes.
didn't want him.
We've been over this. Fuck off. We literally went over this last time.
Still real to
no.
me, damn it.
They ruined Order 66 by making the mind control chips.
Yeah.
I disagree.
No, it completely just undoes the impact of what it was.
Yeah.
In like the fact that for the most part, these clones, like these soldiers were, yes, they were loyal to the Jedi and they were their friends, but they were loyal to the Republic
Yes.
even more.
Yeah.
Zach, did you watch the last
didn't have
episode
to be a
of
thing.
the Clone Wars?
I've never watched any of them
You should
because I can't be fucking bothered.
just
Anyway,
watch the last two episodes.
Control ship bad, never watching it.
You're wrong.
Because you know why as well? Battlefront 2, the original Battlefront 2, that
No.
entire fucking storyline in the campaign of the 501st. Oh, mate. Oh,
You're wrong.
no,
Yes, you are.
no. Vader's
This kind of
fist.
makes me want to go and watch Star Wars again.
Look, go just watch the Clone Wars cartoon. It's
But
fantastic.
the 3 from the 70s.
The
Can't
3
watch
from
the
the
3
70s
from the 70s.
or the
because
remake.
one is which version?
One's
Which
right,
version
yeah.
of him?
I saw this is a thing only a couple of days ago. Since I've been doing more and more Legion stuff. Is there 3 original movies, or is there 12 fucking original movies because of all the edits and how much some things
Yes.
do change?
It is the latter.
Yes.
It's difficult. Like I have, like through my life, I have managed to watch all of the edits.
I don't
have
think
not.
I've ever seen the originals.
Like the Bear originals, I caught those ones. They were hard to find, but I had like old VHSs when I was a kid. So they're the ones that I actually grew up watching.
So I grew up watching the 97 special edition.
Yeah,
See,
and that's where the changes really start to flip
That's where
over.
it starts doing some of the weird changes.
I
That's
watched
where Han's
Empire.
head does the thing.
Yeah,
That's where they changed the door to CGI. No, they changed the door to CGI in the Blu-ray release, I think.
yeah.
Oh, look,
Which makes it even worse because it's even more noticeable that because it's not a great CGI job either.
And now we're
It's
talking
like-
quite some time ago.
It's like, bruz, my guy.
see,
Practical effects was fine.
our copy of Empire was literally a recording of a Channel 10 broadcast from 1988.
That's
so
original,
you,
baby.
so you also were at the time when
This
free-to-air TV
this video
also
tape.
edited movies to make it fit time slots.
Yes,
Mm.
yes.
So you may have actually missed out on quite a bit.
Very possibly. But look, this videotape was recorded 5 years before I was fucking born.
Like most people's fucking parents' wedding videos.
Yeah.
Or is that what it was taped over?
No comment.
Anyway,
Quick, Zach, name an underpowered unit.
couldn't fucking tell you.
Cal, name an underpowered unit. Do not say Darth Vader.
No, he's fucking OP.
Okay, so Darth,
Vader's OP as shit.
He's legitimately the best character in
He's
Legion.
as he should be.
okay,
He's
so
fucking
Darth Vader's going to be our
There's two
overpowered
variants.
unit. Cal, name an underpowered unit
From Legion?
from anything.
Underpowered. I
Wait,
think we're going to go with World Eaters as a whole
Well,
from what we've seen.
World Eaters as a whole. Okay. Well, let's flip the coin.
It's going to be overpowered because it's Scott's coin, isn't it?
No, it's World Eaters.
Good. Something we can all talk about then.
Yes. Because Legion bad.
So point costs and the access to a lot of different units.
Look, their big problem is one very simple problem. It's all close combat, and close combat sucks in this game.
Close combat is the only good close combat armies are custodies. Because they're so fucking hard to kill.
Yes.
Everything else is too easy to kill.
Yeah. Especially if you're a fucking Harlequin now.
And even then, they're not that hard to kill.
Yeah, look, Custodes are like the only army in the game that can survive not killing whatever they charge into.
Yeah. Everything else, if you don't kill it, it's probably going to kill you.
Yeah.
Yes. It's one of those things, like, I'm a hyper-aggressive player as it is, and going up against Zach and Bananas is the only time that I play
when
kind
you
of
go
concern.
shit, fuck.
When my only tactical play is let's line up right on the line of deployment and see how quickly I can get to the other side. But when on the other side is fucking Bananas, that's not really something I want to do.
Yeah, it's
No,
they are very
not
much
a good time.
They are an army you do not want to be close to.
And I mean, being so close combat focused, you can't really. You're missing out on a lot by dumping a unit on a midfield objective or even a backfield objective.
Yeah.
Because at least with, Necrons, Grey Knights, at least you still got some shooting to do.
Yeah,
It's more than just bolt pistols.
That's the thing is, even if they had something.
Look, I think here's how I fix World Eaters. They're allowed to take a Demon's Detachment for free, but all they're allowed to take in is Skull Cannons.
I mean,
honestly, I think you will probably see Skull Cannons.
You may
just so there's some shooting support.
Skull Cannons are not bad.
Lord of Skulls.
Oh, yeah.
Lord of Skulls. You get free Lord of Skulls.
We might see Brass Scorpions start to come back a bit.
Ooh, Brass Scorpion. Look, I've had one experience against Brass Scorpions, and it was not a good time for me.
Well, actually, the other thing would be is with the new Arcs of Omen detachments, you can put Chaos Knights in there.
Correct. Armigers. You might see Armigers in there. Sorry, War Dogs.
Yeah. But yeah, that might be the only option as far as like a decent heavy support goes.
It's a shame you can't take marks on them.
Yeah.
Like, that's just disappointing. Sure, had to mark them.
Somehow turn it into a demon engine.
Look, as someone who likes Iron Warriors, I second this motion. Demon engine, all the things.
The only issue is that the Lord of Skulls is kind of shit.
Yeah.
It's
a dick cannon on wheels.
It's a shit dick cannon, and that's the thing is, it's almost like there's a reason why the chitin exists.
Yeah.
Look, Lord of Skulls is the kind of thing that you take because you're being funny.
Look, it is just a cringe model, honestly.
It's fine.
It's not great.
No, it's a cringe model.
You're
it's
wrong.
It's a cringe model. I'm not wrong. It's a shit model.
I feel indifferently about everything.
It is a shit model.
The only thing I will say is the best list that I've seen so far with points leaks and all the rest of it is you take Angron, 8 units of 8 berserkers.
Oh yeah, that one.
And I think it was Lord Invictus or something like that, which comes to 1,988 points.
And then you die to all of the shooting.
Yes.
Unless, of course, they go, you know what? All berserkers have a 4+ invul now, which is probably something they'll do because Jane's Workshop.
They took 4+ invuls away from Harlequins. They're not giving berserkers a 4+ invul.
What they need to do is give Trajan back his 3+ invul.
What they need to do is recall Trajan to Earth again.
It's never going to happen.
Look, Trajan will only get his 3+ back when they release the upgrade spree when he comes with a fucking helmet.
Yes.
So what you're telling me is That's right. They're out of. Damn it. They're out of, I
Get
couldn't
wrecked.
buy it because they're out of stock. If I got the bloody Christmas Battle Force,
Look,
I could have had a
Zach,
3+ invul Trajan because he would have had a fucking helmet.
Zach, Trajan can have his 3+ invuln, but Drago gets a 2+ invuln.
No.
I'll give him a 2+ invuln if it works like the Archons.
Yeah,
where
he gets
the
it
first time
once
you
and then
fail it,
it's
gone.
gone.
I still
Acceptable.
love that.
Oh,
That-
that's such a cool rule.
That's a cool rule.
Like it's one of those things where weight of dice really does pay off against it, but then it's still only one fucking tiny little character.
Yeah, and you can't put him with things anymore. Like, there's no adding him to units, so you can't put him with like a cord or a big unit. You know, it's another reason you go back to Heresy because you can put cunts with units.
This is actually the reason I'm looking at a lot of other systems. I think 40k is getting very stale for me at the moment.
It's I think the issue with 40k,
Look,
shocking from me, a casual player, is that the competitive scene
is toxic as shit.
The way it pushes things to be simple. It pushes things to be too simple.
Yeah,
And
it's
while
over
obviously
streamlining.
exactly, and like, well, yes, you want to make it easier for people to get into the hobby as well.
It's essentially turning the competitive is essentially turning it into like one of those deck building board games where you can kind of, once you've built your stuff, you can kind of get in and out of there in an hour or two.
And then
Yeah,
just beat
exactly.
your opponent over the head with your broken shit.
Yeah, exactly. Like Magic.
Yeah.
Yu-Gi-Oh!
Just like Magic.
Where you have the one deck and it just it's like you build towards like, okay, I have one turn where I just kill everything.
And just like Yu-Gi-Oh, yeah, same thing. You don't need any interaction because you can start piling up your decks and start searching for specific things that, start to go off in a massive chain reaction, and in a single opening turn, game over.
Yeah. Well, I saw a meme going around. I can't remember what it is, where they're like, oh, I do this, and there's like, okay, and then I do this to interrupt, and I do this, that, this, that, and then they do like 5 things and take off half. You're like, okay, you can continue your turn, bro.
Oh, like White Dwarf Strength from Death.
Well, yeah, like White Dwarf from Strength from Death. Basically, yeah.
And see, this is where I think that they're getting a lot of their mechanic ideas for gameplay.
White Dwarf Strength from Death.
No. I'm talking about like GW looking at other systems and just trying to implement things of trying to kind of somewhat steer it into a direction where the competitive play is absolutely massive and they can start putting on their own GW events. Just like you look at Pokemon. The Pokemon World Tournament Championships for the Junior League. If you win the Junior, which is like an under 13s or something like that, it's $1.2 million in prize money.
I'd like $1.2 million.
It's like, I think it was like $4 million for the adult masters. Like, and don't get me wrong, it'd be absolutely fantastic if they could push it into it, because Pokemon, as far as IP goes, has very little to do with the actual game.
Yeah,
like, you could put any picture on that and it would still play the same way.
You just put a coloured blob on it and give it a weird name. Done.
Yeah,
I mean, that's basically what they've done for the last 7 releases.
Yeah, and Wizards of the Coast, that could have been you if you weren't looking at the short picture, just like Dungeons and Dragons.
Ooh, no, we don't have Reese on. We can't talk about that. He's so triggered about it.
Answer me this. So you guys were in the chat.
Oh, yeah, I don't think he's saying is wrong. Like, it's a fucking joke. Like,
yeah,
I'm with you, Cal. I'm willing to give them benefit of the doubt, especially because they came out and explained that yes, this was things that were in the original draft.
Yeah,
we're not going ahead with them. This was the intent behind them.
Yep.
It
felt very PR and constructed to me, but I'm willing to.
Of course, it was. It's Hasbro.
It's a PR. It's a PR release. What do you think it's going to be like?
Oh no, this is very different. It's not just a media release when they say, "Hey, this is what we're doing." This was a very, very thoughtfully constructed response.
They took their time to make sure it was.
That had passed several desks several times.
So they did what GW should do with their codexes before release.
Yeah, because somebody read this press release.
Yeah, exactly.
Including me.
Yeah, even he did it.
Yeah, the whole thing twice.
I don't believe you.
No,
I didn't know you
I
could
did.
read.
Well,
You
my
know
wife
that,
read it
that
too.
line was actually improvised.
I know, it's great.
It's so good.
But
Anyway, fuck J.K. Rowling.
speaking of Harry Potter miniature games,
Oh, good lord. There is one.
no, I
isn't
haven't gone
there?
that far.
You haven't
there
gone
is.
that far?
Actually, the models are fantastic.
Look, I want to see.
They really
I
are.
want to see Voldemort versus Darth Sidious.
Don't
JJ
tempt me.
Voldemort.
The what are they called?
Voldemort casts uses Avada Kedavra. Stormtrooper uses gun. I cast gun.
It's like that. It's like that old meme.
Wizard.
What, Muscle Wizard?
Muscle Wizard, yeah.
Muscle Wizard casts fist.
It's like that old meme where Snape, because he's a potions master and double agent, obviously had anti-venom because he was hanging around that stupid fucking snake. So he didn't actually die, and then at the end he goes back in time and just caps Tom Riddle as a kid.
Well, that's the thing I don't get, and it's just like fucking half these kids are fucking grew up in the normal world. Okay, we can teleport. Let's teleport into a fucking army base and steal a bunch of guns.
Yes.
And you got that fucking scene of all the fuckers running along. When they're coming along the bridge in like a really back thing. Get my deuce at the end of that bridge, baby. Branding 50 cal. Boo, 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 boo. Just splattering these fucking dudes who have no idea what's happening because you can't counterspell a fucking bullet.
Look, the stupid bit is that I mean, in the Fantastic Beasts movies, they clearly say that various wizards fought in World War One.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
To be fair, like if we want to go back and bring in movies and like the World Wars,
But those movies are dumb.
Like we've got things like Hellboy, where the Germans were after a lot of wizards. Indiana Jones, they were after the fucking Ark of the Covenant. Like
This is true.
Yeah, but you got to remember the Germans were into weird shit like that.
they were.
They
like,
were
and,
very much.
Like Red Skull, for example, was fairly, as far as character goes, very, very true to form.
Yes.
Like he was the head of the occult sector
Yes.
for the Nazis, looking for specific occult stuff.
Yes.
Specific your mum stuff. Got him.
Oh wow! Look, on that note, we'll let Zach have the last bad joke on that, and we will wrap up.
I don't know. I've still got to sign off.
Fuck me, Ed. Anyway, like, subscribe, or don't, and don't like it. Give it a thumbs down, and then subscribe so you can come back next week and give that one a thumbs down as well.
Correct.
Yep, do that.
Yep.
Yep, because Zach is obviously anti-Semitic.
For fuck's sake.
And Jaina Gab's a cannon.
As you thought we'd forgotten about this.
And there's the counter.
And we'll see you next week, maybe, or maybe not. Who knows? You
Debatable.
subscribe just in case.